And this is the Rochelle's Canadian channel. For those who don't know me, I welcome you. And I'm having a super not alive early morning um, live stream. So I can not go live late at night today. So things will work out a little better for my sleep schedule. So we'll see how this goes. According to the algorithm, this is a better time for me than normal. So, watashe, konnichiwa, arigato gozaimasu, and we'll see how this goes. So, I'm ready to go, and we'll see how this is with a different international audience, because usually the people I talk to are elsewhere. So I don't really know what or where is the Batman, but we'll just sort of play it by ear. I've been watching what's been going on the YouTube streets as usual, and it's been interesting. It's been interesting. Let's just adjust our sound a little. Hopefully, people can hear me all right. And I thought I would just be a little calmer right now so people could listen to me as ASMR and add it to my playlist. So I'm basically doing this as sort of a lazy, not pre-record, so it would be available for everyone else. So hopefully it'll work out for those who do like to listen to me on the replay zone. Oops. Yeah, sorry about that. So I thought I would just discuss what's been going on around and what I thought it would be interesting to discuss. My eye in the sky is not working. It is officially not working. So it's a lot easier to go live and then put it up for those who want to hear. So let's talk about ASMR and what it helps people do. It helps people sleep. People say that my voice is relaxing. I'm not really sure. I think that's just a polite way of saying boring. But welcome in. And if you can't hear me all right, let me know. So at least I know that anyone, Bueller can hear my voice. Anyway, so let's talk about the both. Well, I can't say that word. I wonder how much swear words I can say in the morning. I don't know. I actually think this might be the earliest like daytime live I've ever done. I've been told I'm a vampire. Usually I come out at night to only eat the evil, but since I'm awake, um, and the sun's smile, I may immediately go up in flames. We'll never know. If you hear me screaming, you'll know why. So I'll try not to burn up. I'll try really hard. So everyone, my name is Rochelle. This is the Rochelle's Canadian channel. And there's a few things I would like to discuss. So bear with me. And please come out of the bushes. This is for anyone. And you don't have to subscribe, but I'd appreciate it. Anyway. How do I say this without sounding like a biatch? What the hell? Why not? Yeah. I don't know how to put this. Now say it. What the hell? Should I? Should I say it? Should I say it? I'm not sure. But I was watching KK yesterday. and I saw something that made me feel bad. Not necessarily KK, but what I was watching made me feel bad because it brought back a couple memories for me. Um, when I was in my mid-20s, I unfortunately uh, got divorced from my first husband, and I went bankrupt because my first husband was yucky. Shall we say yucky? Yucky. That's a good word. Yucky. So my parents, bless them, were doing a lot better financially than they were when my brother and I were growing up. And they were able to help me financially feed my cats and help me with my vet bills. And being bankrupt when you're so careful with your money, and I wasn't one of these people like who used their credit card stupidly. I mean, I never did the 20 something going shopping kind of bullshit. I never did that. I always had a problem and still do treating myself. I don't do that. It's a struggle for me to do anything for myself. And yeah, it always has been. So, and I felt very blessed that my parents could help me out. Very. So I know what it's like when you're on your own and all you have is your cats, or some people have dogs, or some people have both, right? I get it. I get it. It's fine. And um, I came out here for a second. It's not working. Fantastic. Hold on. Let me go out and come back again. So, can you hear me? I'd like to know if anyone can actually hear me. That would be nice. If anyone can hear me, let me know. Um, yeah, that would be great. If you can hear me, please let me know. Anyway, so my cam is not working. Well, that sucks to be me. Anyway, good. But as I was saying, my name is Rochelle. This is Rochelle's Canadian channel. I have no idea if anyone can hear me. And my cam is not working. Great. Fantastic. Anyway, so if you can hear me, I'd love to just let me know. Come out of the bushes and just let me know in the chat. But yeah. Anyway, so hit that like button and tell the algorithm goddess you can hear me. That'd be great. Anyway, so my parents were able to help me with my cats and help me with vet bills and help me buy food because unfortunately, like I was saying before, I had gone bankrupt after I had uh, gotten divorced in my mid 20s, and it sucked. So what I was talking about just before I went out and come back again was that I was watching KK, if you're familiar with her, um, uh, about Jen, and over the past week that had passed, and we're now in week number 2. I don't want to say anything bad about her, but around Christmas time, people do grift for money, and what hurt my it just made me go oof because she had said that her animal wasn't well. At first, she said her animal needed antibiotics, and that certain things weren't covered by her vet visit, and people were donating money to her Cash App. And then it went from, like, she needed $60 for antibiotics that were not covered, and then it went to the animal went from, like, 65 to all of a sudden needed more money, and it went up to 350. And and then it went up to 5,000. And of all the time I've ever had cats, and my cats have had complicated issues over the years. I've had cats with cancer. I've had a cat who's always had liver disease. Um, because unfortunately, when you have purebred cats, they tend to get problems with overbreeding. Um, it's a fact. It's unfortunate, but the only thing you can do is you can report them. You can never go back to the breeder. There's so many things, and I've learned to adopt, not shop. I've learned my lesson because I've literally had 3 purebred cats, and every single one has died badly. And yeah, it's been bad. But um, yeah, um, yeah, go to the animal shelter, please. Um, and then it went up to 5,000 for, and she went on a call to prove that KK and all these other people were coming for her for no reason. But all it did was prove that her mother-in-law, bless her heart, was the one covering the costs for her animals. Now, to the tune of $500, which is a lot. Now, going to the vet is not cheap. I can attest for that. It is not cheap to have animals. It is not cheap to care for your animals. And when they suddenly become ill or they're not feeling well, the costs can just zoom up. But I mean, I've had very sick animals, but the vet visit is what costs the most for me. The antibiotics, I remember I had a cat that I was fostering, and Yuki was super sick, and my vet visit cost close to $500. However, the antibiotics were like $10. I was like, $10. Kitty cat. The medication was nickels and dimes for his antibiotics, but my vet visit was like, woof. And he was so sick, but like the antibiotics were the cheapest part of the visit. Um, yeah. I mean, it's all the medical care they get from the professionals, that, you think your cat is, oh my god, and getting diagnosis and testing and stuff like that. Yeah, that's the expensive part. But if you know that the testing will help your animal get better, you're willing to do it because you care. I get it. I get it. Because knowing that, okay, your cat or your dog finally has the right medication to make them better, it's a relief. Like knowing, okay, if I just give my fur baby this medication, it's fine. I mean, if I had to just give my cat Chalky just diabetic medication the rest of her life, I would have been fine with it. She was already on medication, um, for her liver. It was not a big deal to me. Yeah, it's fine. You're willing to do anything. I get that. But when you have a senior animal or you have a animal that is um, uh, chronically ill, or you have an animal that requires surgery that is very drastic, surgery that's commonplace for us, that's thousands and thousands of dollars. They usually don't encourage very expensive surgery for an animal over the age of, like, dogs when they hit, I think the dog is like 13. Um, when your cat hits like 12 to 15, like becomes a senior animal. I mean, they consider a cat or dog senior when they hit 7 plus. But when your dog or cat hits that magic like 13, 14, 15 point, um, they give you that hard question. Are your animal might not get past the anesthetic when they reach that age. It's a horrible thing to think about, but it's unfortunately true. Or there's surgery that is normal for people, but is not normal for your pet. And um, yeah, things she was saying just did not make sense to me. Because the vet I see is got like a very sophisticated like place, and I have a vet who visits me here. It just seemed a little bit suspicious. Just like my vet, their alarms went off when I listed this guy was willing to do surgery on Chalky for $10,000 on a chronically ill cat who was having problems breathing. Um, who already knew was going to go eventually from this problem, and took advantage of my fear and my sadness. So what I'm thinking here is when dogs, some dogs don't do as well as like cats do. Um, it just didn't make sense to me. $5,000 is a lot of surgery, a lot of expensive surgery to do on a senior dog, you know? But I can also relate that you'd do anything to save a senior dog. But on this phone call that she put online to prove to the haters that it sounded like she was asking her mother-in-law for more funds, the $5,000 from her mother-in-law, bless her heart, um, to help Mia. But I'm gonna be honest with you. I mean, my parents were very generous and helped me out with the occasional, like, vet bill, but it was like getting their yearly shots and, their checkup, which sounded like everyone got their yearly checkup and their shots or whatever. Um, because I remember my 3 cats would get everything done, and it would run about $500. Um, yeah. And, purebred cats cost more because, like, there's some things that one cat can't have that regular Heinz 57 cats can. Because I remember just my black and white toe sniffer cat was so dirt cheap in comparison to my super fluffy, my, Turkish Angora blue. She was expensive as hell. But my black and white toe sniffer, that's a breed, that's called a toe. My grandfather called it a Heinz 57 alley cat, but I called her a black and white toe sniffer. That's her breed. A black and white toe sniffer. A black and white, yeah, rub my belly, please. Um, but she was a nice little cat. Um, but she was like nothing. But that stupid Turkish Angora blue was like a fortune. But she was a sweet little girl too. But it's that cat who, because of breeders, just suffered at the end. You know, it was bad. But my black and white toe sniffer just went to sleep once and just didn't wake up. She was fine one day and she went for a schluffy and just didn't wake up. Bless her. But yeah, she seemed fine. She wasn't bad. She didn't feel bad at all. She just got old. But yeah, uh, it, but she's asking people for money at the same time when just to prove against the haters that the animal needed care, I guess. All it did was prove that her mother-in-law is pretty much paying for it, and she didn't need the money from the kindness of strangers. Like, 'tis the season to be grifting. Fa la 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 fa la fuck shit. I don't know. It makes me feel bad because even though my parents helped me, um, I would have got a second job. I would have sold shit. I don't know what I would have done, but I would have done something. I would have shoveled shit to get the money if I didn't have it. And my parents are like, we get it. It's okay. But I also think it's because they bought me the cats when I got married, and I didn't, they kind of they didn't have to do it forever. They just had to help me out for a couple of years, but still, like I get it. Like if I bought my kids a couple cats and money got tight for them, yeah, I'd help them out. I get that. But my kids are in their 20s, and when I needed help, I was also in my 20s. But, there it's not eh, people I don't know. I mean, I get she was trying to prove the animal was sick, I guess, but it just two wrongs don't make a right. I mean, if you're gonna ask the public for money in vast quantities, because 350 is a lot. Asking for help with an antibiotic for like $60 is a lot too. Because, I think since after COVID, things are tough all over. I don't really think people have really recovered financially the way that people have really recovered. Now, there are people out there who are really, really generous, and they are wonderful. They're literally YouTube angels, and the ones. But I notice that the people who do give the most often and who are the kindest are the people who really aren't the most wealthy, and they give what they can, and they give in small denominations, but they really are the ones who are the most giving because they tend to give the most often. I mean, I've seen people give like $100 at a time, $50 at a time, And I'm like, wow, you're awesome. You're great. And then they give in cash apps and people don't see it. And those people are also the most giving because their donations are secret. They're secret. They're the people who give without the big flashy lights and the stickers and the recognition that everyone sees. They're also the type of givers that, oop, the scandal police are coming for me. But they're also the kind of givers that no one sees. And those are also the type of people who just give what they can, 10, 20, $30. But it makes a difference because when like 4 people give $10, it becomes $40. When 2 or 3 or 4 people give $20, it becomes a better part of 100. And when she's pulling the heartstrings of people who, like a lot of people who listen to me and they're not blowing up my chat, they're just listening. Because a lot of people just listen to me and go about their morning chores or go about their work schedule or drive to work or just do their thing, and that's cool. I'm fine with that because when I talk to you, I always feel like I'm just chit-chatting with a friend because some people just, things that make you go, "Hmm." But this kind of stuff makes me go, "Oh, shit." Because like myself, I'll go and watch 2 or 3 lives and I'll become a member, and then I'll drop, like, 5 or 10 or 2 or 3. Like, a night, I'll drop, like, here or there and everywhere because the Canadian dollar is but I do drop a few bucks here or there a night, but I do it a lot, you know, because it adds up. But I do like to give little stickers here and there, to show how much I care. But there's a lot of people like that. There's a lot of people like that. A lot. And, they're dropping like 20, 30, 40 bucks a night in a live to creators that they appreciate. But then a lot of us do have pets. A lot of us have had pets that we've lost for a lot of different reasons. And right now it's like the anniversary of me losing my Chucky cat, my Chucky Mustard. And when you hear about someone who is allegedly or supposedly or really losing an animal to an illness that is an expense that they just can't afford, it pulls at your heartstrings. It makes you go, I don't want you to feel the way I do. I don't want you to lose your fur baby. I don't want you to feel sad. And it appeals to people's kindness. But what I see is a grasshopper. And I'm not talking about the story of the ant and the grasshopper. No, no, no. I'm talking about Kung Fu, the legend continues, grasshopper. And the student, the grasshopper student. Because I see a grasshopper who is learning well. That's right. Soon they will be the Kung Fu master. But right now I see a student. And let me explain this to you. Okay, let me have a sip before I begin. Excuse me. All right, let me explain this to the rest of the class. You may or may not agree with me, but this is my observation. All right. This Vegas Valley VBWXYZ motherfucker, I don't know, and his Vips dude, these two guys have been friends of Lady Jen for allegedly 3 weeks. So said Mr. Short Stuff Warrior. They break up, these two lads, to get clicks and views. These are experts. Mm. Let's get some controversy. Yeah. Round the outside, round the outside, round the outside. Uh, to get clicks and views, right? You'd be empty without me. Right. So they go round the outside, round the outside, round the outside. They break up, and now mwah, they get back together. Well done. You got round the outside, round the outside, round the outside, trying to trigger the ladies. Ooh, you think you triggered us. Bitch, please. I can only speak for myself. Because, bitch, I do that well. Right. No, no, no. You bring short, petite man. Well, you call yourself a man. Little boy, short stuff energy. Because the man who is the shortest has to yell the loudest because, bitch, I don't see you. No, no. You know, some men are rico, suave, and some men are stupid bitches. And that's all I see. Yeah. This is not about siding with any particular community with me. This is not me siding with any particular creator with me. Me personally, this is me siding with the women's community. Yeah, you want to start your own little cult. You want to hand out the Kool-Aid. Yeah, I see a weak man with his with a smooth brain who gives small penis energy and even shorter stature. And ooh, we don't give a fuck about you. You think you trigger us? Um, you are competing with a community who are highly educated, independent, financially secure, don't give a fuck about you. And the only reason you yell the loudest is because we don't care. And that's the truth. So eat it, bitch. And that's how I feel. I see two men with very, very small fifis. I'm Mod 148. Good, very, very good morning. Love you so much. How you doing, gorgeous? How do I sound? Do I sound bitter? Not really. But when this Vegas Valley motherfucker and this little boy, his little friend, be careful, they might drop a house on your sister. We welcome you to, to Munchkinland. Uh, we'll just follow the yellow brick road anywhere else because we don't give a fuck. No, honey. Mm-mm-mm. Yeah, none of us care. None of us care, fortunately. But these two motherfuckers um, taught, are teaching Jen how to grift for the most money possible. And then she's sharing a piece of that purse with these two guys because this grift is real. And they're working, like, she grifts for money regarding her dog. And then she goes into one of these guys' chats and then gives him $65. If you're so hard up for money, honey, why are you donating such a large sum? Why are you buying memberships? That's what I want to know. And that's, I mean, because technically that $60 was supposed to buy your baby her medication originally. When you brought it to our attention that Mia wasn't well, just saying, it doesn't look good. Now, this problem you're having with the Sophie back and forth, I'm not going to nitpick and I'm not going to discuss back and forth, raw. But, I've had to pay my own bills a long time. Hydro, like rent, mortgage, insurance, taxes, property taxes, all that good shit. Just, give it away, give it away, give it away now. Because it's part of life, right? But when you said that water was free, I don't know about anyone else, but like I made a cringe. Sweetheart, it looks like you have never paid your water bill. Because when you move into a new place, especially like a condo or a house, you turn on your electric, you turn on your water, and you have to make a deposit. You turn on your cable, you turn on your phone, you have to pay the fee with the stupid shit that's in the wall. You have to pay like turn on fees of everything. They rip you off. My dad used to hate that phrase. I'm sorry. Um, of this and that and the other thing. They don't just turn it on. There's like fees just for dudes to come to your house to flip a switch. It's inevitable. Your gas, your propane, your natural gas, e- everything. Oh my God. There's so it's like everyone's got their hand out. Your hot water, someone has to turn on the pilot light. My God. There's so many people to turn shit on and off. And then you have to switch it off because if you don't, the next happy asshole who lives there will steal your shit, your credit. And you'll be paying for the next person to take advantage of you. And you'll be paying for their light and water and cable and phone and all sorts of happy shit. You want that? Because it happens if you don't turn it off just the way you turned it on. Because, yeah, you got to turn it off. You got to turn everything off. And then you have to turn it on again. When you move, it's life. It happens. You turn it on, you turn it off. Wax on, wax off. Paint the fence, wash the car, wax on, wax off. You want to be a kung fu master? You want to be a grasshopper. You've learned how to lie to people to get money. But the one thing you haven't figured out is not everyone is going to pay for everything forever. You better learn how to do it. And you better realize what you say on the internet is forever. You want to prove to people, your haters, that your dog is sick. But all you did was prove that you're taking advantage of the kindness of your in-laws. It makes me sad. I, God damn it. Please, someone prove me wrong. Please. And I've had my cat x-rayed. I've never gotten the x-rays. But I'll say that I've never gotten the X-rays of my cat, but um, you can get a copy of what's going on to show people on the net without doxing yourself. Because I'm going to be honest, if someone was asking for $5,000 and did not have the blessings of a kind in-law or parent or sibling or someone to help them out or a friend or whatever, um, you could at least show the internet. I always request a copy of your pet's x-rays. It's digital now. Yeah, the last time I had x-rays, it was still on the cellophane. Yeah, it's been a while. It's been a while. Yeah. I mean, I'm sure yeah, it wasn't digital last time my cat had x-rays. Um, like it's been years. It's been years. You're right. Yeah, I guess they could get x-rays. Like I said, when I say I don't have x-rays of my cat, I honestly do not have x-rays of my cat, but it's in their file. Well, it's in like the big file, like with all my cat's history, like my history with the vet at their office. Like I have two vets, you know? I have my house call vet and I have who works with the same office. Like they're all together. So I guess they're all together, but like they all work together. But still, I yeah, it's digital now. But I haven't had to do it, thank God. Thank you, God. I mean, Chucky had an MRI. She had an MRI. But yeah, it sucks. This whole thing sucks. It hits me like right in the gut. Cause like I said, people are really generous. And if you get like 7 people who are really generous with $10, you got $70. And I can't give cash apps and I can't give them and I can't receive them from where I live. I do special needs and hospice rescue, so I like to keep copies of all the records. Yeah, I have a file with my cat's goodies in it. I mean, I just, I've never asked anyone publicly for, I don't feel comfortable, but I don't have to, you know? I'm lucky. But also when I was in my 20s, was there YouTube? No, it was before YouTube. But even if there wasn't, I no. Also, I had a full-time job. I didn't have time for YouTube. I was busy. Um, but still, you know? Yeah. $5,000 is a lot to ask. 5,000 American dollars. Because every time I see like money, and then I have to remind myself it's American money, right? So the American money is um it's like 70 something cents on the dollar. So minimum it's like 70 cents on the dollar. So it's going to be almost 30% more. Um so imagine this. For every $100, it's like 125 to me. So imagine like $250 more on every 1,000. So it's like in another like $1,200, like another $1,250 minimum, right? So she's not asking for $5,000 to me. She's asking more like 6,250. but in reality, uh, it's more like I would say like almost, yeah, I think it's like closer to like 6,500. So I think that's a pretty fair assessment. So like it's not 5 grand to me, it's like 6,500, you know? So it's actually more in Canadian money. So like that's why I'm like, yeesh, right? It's a lot more to me because with the exchange rate, it's actually more. So like 5K in American dollars is like 6,500, between like 63 and 65, depending on the exchange rate. It can go up and down. So let's just say 6,300, just for argument's sake. All right. I think that's fair. 6,300. Actually, 6,300 would be pretty accurate. So yeah, about 60, like, yeah, 6,300, I think would be very accurate. So that's still like 1,300 more dollars. That's why when I heard 5K, it was like, Jesus Christ, that's a lot of coin. And I, it's a lot of money for a senior dog. I don't, the dog looks, it was a week ago. Plus, like we're now working into like a week and a half. Uh, that's the happiest, not sick looking dog I've ever seen. And it went from, like, remember she was like discussing the dog's condition. It went from moderate to mild. I don't know about anyone else, but that doesn't sound like an emergency situation to me. Because, like, how can it decrease in severity? Hmm? Because if it's decreasing in severity, wouldn't it be improving? Someone help me. Please, someone help me understand this a little better because I just don't. I want some help. Oh, maybe the police are going to just come for me because just the stupid person police, because I don't get it. I want to. But when it goes from like 40 to 60 bucks to 500, like it just looks like she looked how much it cost for the vet bill. And she's like, oh, maybe I can get 500. It's like she's double dipping. I It's like she saw how much the vet bill cost, and she's like, I bet I could get that too. I don't know. Like where are these numbers coming from? Someone is in her ear, and I suspect it's that Joe dude and that other guy, whatever his name is, from Vegas Valley, treating her like the grasshopper from Kung Fu Returns to teach her the best way and the best way to grift. But her only mistake is she did not come to a specific and amount, and it keeps changing. Whatever people reached out to my rescue asking for help, I only ever would send money directly to the vet. That's what you're supposed to do. Like I gave money to a charity, but it was out of my own pocket. And I just showed people what I was giving, and I just gave it. Like, and I told them what I was doing, and I wasn't asking for, like I just think that if you're gonna ask for any kind of specific amount to assist a certain situation, just the changing amounts. I mean, you go to the doctor once, you're told right away how much it costs, and then you have to pay it so your animal can be like, to go home. I mean, I've never had a vet call me after taking my animal to the vet and then telling me things are going up, up, up. I've never had that happen before. It doesn't make sense unless I mean, I've had a cat who's been in care and on an IV and then tell me that this needs to be done. And it was like, okay. And, but I knew it was coming. It was just sort of like, okay, your cat is ready for this. But I had already paid for um, the care, but I knew it was coming. I but the animal was like already like waiting to get the surgery and was already on a drip, and you know, like it. I don't know. The only like drastic surgery I've ever seen done on an animal, like in my family personally, was my aunt's cat, who was a senior cat, but he wasn't that senior. I mean, he wasn't like 13 or older. He was like 5, and he got cancer, and it was like only in one part of his little body. It was like in his like left leg, and she was told that if he actually had like one leg removed, he would be fine. And he had it amputated, and he was on 3 little legs, and he was fine, and he lived till he was like 16, and he was okay. And it was his front left leg, and he was okay. And he was like an inside pussycat, so he was all right. But he did like to go sun himself when they would barbecue on the back deck, but that's as far as he got. But he seemed okay, you know? That was the most drastic thing I've ever seen happen to a cat, but he was all right. And it was kind of funny, sometimes he'd forget he was gone, and he would, like, try and smack like, a toy on the floor with that leg, and it was gone, but, um, he lived, like, 11 more years. So, it was obviously, like, he wasn't like an old pussycat, he was like a young pussycat, and, yeah, he was fine. But, like, it wasn't like he was that was the most drastic thing I ever saw happen. But he was okay, and that was, like, expensive, but I'm gonna be honest, it was not $5,000. It was close, it was like 3, but it wasn't 5 grand. It wasn't 5,000. And that was a whole darn leg removal surgery, like, amputation. Um, so I don't know what else to think. And, I don't know. And my aunt had to pay it off in pieces. Like, she went there every month and paid it off, like, in 500 something increments for 6 months. So, yeah, she couldn't afford it all at once, and she had to pay it off slowly. So, um, yeah. Yeah. Um, yeah. Hey, Sophie, how you doing? Love you more, gorgeous. I'm trying to understand this health crisis because, yeah, I don't know what to do. I am trying so hard to be I'm trying to make heads or tails of it, and I don't really know how to feel. But I do think that these 2 Vegas Valley guys are schooling her on how to take advantage of people's kindness because it just seems a little too perfect. I don't know, because now these Vegas Valley guys are friends again, and they think that they got one over on the women's community, and, yeah, it seems just a little too perfect. And she didn't start getting mean girl. I mean, she just started getting weird impostery. I just don't understand. And she started talking about paperwork because these guys talk about paperwork. And I'm like, this is so stupid. I just wish it would stop. I really would. Because dogs only need surgery in severe cases. Yeah. That's why I was mentioning that my aunt's cat needed a cancer amputation of his left front leg, and it didn't even cost that much. And she was not well off, and she paid it in pieces, like like a little bit over $500 a month, and it wasn't 5,000. And 5,000 American dollars is more in Canadian funds, and that seems like a very severe situation. It seems like a lot of money. 'Cause it's over $6,000 in Canadian funds. That's a lot of dough. That's a lot of money. And she goes on a phone call with her mother-in-law to prove that to the haters, that she's not lying about surgery, but it sounded like, and it sounded like to me, I'm pretty good with communication and, you know, the English language, that she was also sounded like her mother-in-law was helping her with that as well, giving the impression that this treatment was discussed previously with her mother-in-law, and the reason why she was coming up with a 350 was because she already had it looks like she looked at the amount the bill was, and she's like, "Well, I got 60 for the antibiotics, so I bet I could get the whole amount of the bill covered." From YouTube too. And then she just went to $5,000 because she just added a 0 to it. She just added a 0. Why don't you just make it $50,000 or 500,000? Or why don't you just make it euros, because euros are worth more than American dollars? Shit. I mean, make it British pounds. They're worth even more. I think euros are worth more, but I mean, like, why don't you just go to another, like, euros or British pounds, because they're worth more than American dollars? I mean, why don't you just go for the most expensive currency there is? Um, Go for yen, you know? Yeah, she didn't sound like she knew what was going on. Like, she's trying to, like, say, "Well, these people who hate me on YouTube," and I'm gonna be honest, if someone said that to me, I'd be like, "What the hell is YouTube? Like, what is going on?" Because she was trying, like, it just sounded like she's like, "Oh, well, thank you're welcome, dear." Like, it just proved that her mother-in-law was covering the cost, and she's talking on YouTube like, "No, I don't even have the money for her antibiotics," and she's grifting that money from the public like she's got nothing, and now it's like she's already grifted like 500 plus money from the public, lying, getting their sadness and empathy over people being mean to her, and uh, you know the alleged breakup. She actually grifted money saying that her and Clint broke up. And I'm like, oh no. And then now with her dog, and I'm like, what is going on? And I realize now, because she went right over to the Vegas Valley JoJo guy with short dick energy. And I realize now that this guy actually grifted $1,000 from the same kid, that 111 kid, who he humiliates on a regular basis on their show, whose parents probably have no clue because he is a vulnerable adult, that he managed to get away with his parents' credit card, which is like either their credit card or is a joint credit card. And when they get that statement next month, they're just gonna they're gonna rescind that money. They're gonna rescind that money because if that's their credit card, they're gonna say, no, I did not do that. So he better get a reality trip, because if that kid made a $500 and a $500 and his parents don't know, I guarantee you. And if they gave him access to a card and then rescinded it and will say it was used improperly, and they rescind that amount, he should be prepared for it, because people who are not able to be in the care of themselves independently, who misuse a credit card, will lose access to it, and I guarantee that amount will be taken back. Guaranteed. And he's acting like hot shit, like, oh, I got all this money. Yeah, kiss it goodbye. Because when that bill comes through on January, the first or second week of January, when his family sees it, it will be canceled and they will get their money back. I guarantee it, because he is not able to be in the care of himself, his money, his life, his food, his shelter. I guarantee that money will be taken back. It will not go through. He will lose that cash, because obviously his parents have no clue. These people are criminals, and he is a criminal, this JoJo dude, who literally stole from a kid that his parents are also aware of, who harasses him. Who knows what he said to this kid to get him to make large donations, maybe like, I'll let you back on my panel, which I actually think might have happened, because we've all seen this happen to this poor young man, who is a seriously vulnerable adult who's on the spectrum. This is the kind of people they are, who fabricated a breakup to get clicks and views. The only difference is it's not a pity me, I'm not happy kind of guys. They're like, look how tough I am kind of guys. Who like to say that women are females and they're ageist, and women are not women. They're female, fat, ugly, dried up, old, yada, yada, yada. Who have no respect for anybody. Anybody. So, and because of her affiliation over there, it's causing problems with these yahoos coming over here and acting like complete knuckle draggers to the people who are trying really hard to support her. They're actually attacking people who are trying to support Jen. Like, they're literally attacking them. Like, they're attacking Amzi, who's trying to support Jen, and they're being assholes to her. Except they don't realize that, Amzi is a lot tougher than they think. It might not work out well for them. They're trying to attack KK, who gives zero fucks. They're coming for Jules, saying her name weird, which is weird. I'm not, like, this is not Rochelle simping for anybody, but, like, bitch, you don't know what the fuck you're doing. Because, well, it's really weird watching these, these alleged grown, alleged, they're not even men, these boy children, these men child, I don't know what you guys are, children's, who give themselves vast, like, oh, paperwork, blah, 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 you, blah, 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 like, who create situations, who think we're just some kind of, like, bunch of housewives, but you're talking to a lot of educated professionals in a lot of different careers who know a lot more than you think. Hate to break it to you, because we're not all like, no offense to Jen, but we're not all like Jen. A lot of us are educated. A lot of us are educated. Okay. And we don't believe what people tell us. We go figure it out for ourselves, because that's called hearsay. You don't need to tell us, oh, you've researched thousands. There are people who've worked for decades, decades, who get to tens of thousands, but it's because they do it day in, day out, hours and hours a day, to save the day, to make a difference, because that's their job, that's their profession. And they continuously get professional development and whatever, whatever. It's a profession. I mean, you're an armchair warrior at best. At best. Just saying. There's a lot of women out there who you are acting holier than thou. All I see is a career criminal who thinks he knows better than everyone else, who can't even read someone's name properly. Just saying. You better know what you're up against before you say you know what you're doing. You can't say you know the case when you talk to someone like Napa who's actually read the situation. Don't say you do something that you do not. Don't. It won't turn out well for you. And that would be on my list of bad. And you say you get background checks. Background checks cost money. Money. They cost money to get on the person, and they cost money to um, get information on a lot. And they also want to know why. Why do you want this information? And usually people who get background checks are usually looking at people because they want to get a job. Um, there is some sort of, uh, privacy. People still do have some form of privacy. Okay. I'm just going to leave this right here. Jen is being truthful about Mia's condition. I saw the paperwork and understand the treatment plan. Surgery's pending. but her mother-in-law's paying for it. She went out alive, and her mother-in-law's paying for it. Her mother-in-law's paying for it, okay. Well, if the doggy like, her mother-in-law's paying for it, her mother said so on she went on a live call put her mother on a live call without her even knowing. Why is she asking for the money if her mother-in-law's paying? You need to watch the live, Carrie, it's not good. It's not good. It looks so bad. Actually, it doesn't look bad, it just is bad. It's youch. It's it's bleh. It's not okay. I don't know why she did it. It was weird, it was like her trying to prove that I don't know what happened. All it did was make the money part look bad. Yeah, it did prove that her mother-in-law paid for the X-rays. It proved that her mother-in-law paid for everything. It was it was just yucky. Yeah, that life is not okay. Her mother-in-law is super, super generous. Yeah, super generous. And then when it started to get yucky, she turned off the speaker. "Hey, Aries, how are you?" Yeah. Well, yeah. Anyway, I'll leave that there. But, I do have something entertaining to tell you guys. Um, you remember how Carrie and I were discussing Deadly? Um, and he's been doing, like, these weird 10-hour lives, these 10-hour live streams. Now like, where you're at, it's nice where you are? Or sunny? That's nice. Okay, let me give you the skinny. You want the skinny? Okay, I'll tell you the skinny. Um, okay. Carrie and I were talking about Kyra, and God, I go over to see what they're talking about after my live because, like Whitney was saying, that not the day of, but the day after. I just went over to listen, to listen. That sounds nice. It's 60 degrees warmer? Well, that sounds like it's like it's like minus 13 here. Enjoy your weather. Enjoy your weather, honey. Yeah, so I went over the next day to listen to what was going on because, people are saying like, Whitney came over here and said people were saying that this woman was threatening Carrie with legal action and blah, blah, blah. Wah, 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 right? So I go over, um, to listen, like, the day after, and they're talking about, ugh, this stupid like, they're discussing the tragedy Well, no, I shouldn't say it that way. They were discussing the unfortunate. Well, no, that's not the. No, you know what? That's not accurate. Everyone knows, unfortunately, God bless them, how Mr. Reiner and his wife were unfortunately taken from us. And were they discussing anything um, valid? Were they saying rest in peace? Were they saying it was too bad? Were they remembering Mr. Reiner's accomplishments as an actor, as a director, as an individual? Remembering that his wife was a producer, she was part of the Singer family. What did they remember that his wife had incredible accomplishments as a woman producer? No. Were they thinking of their individual accomplishments in the field of Hollywood as young people growing up, their charity work? No, 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 no. What were they discussing over at Dudley's? And what was Kira talking about? I'll tell you what she was talking about. No, honey. No, no, no. She's related to the Singer family. Like, the Singers are very famous um, producers in Hollywood. Anyway, so let me tell you what Kira was alleging the reason why the Reiners were taken from us so violently, unnecessarily, and unfortunately, their son has been taken into custody. Kyra was alleging that the reason why this had happened was child abuse, and it was justified because when children, like, she was making it into some big, uh, she was making it some kind of uh, yuck. It was yucky. It was yucky. Some things, because nobody really, really knows what happened, you know? Nobody knows what happened over there. Nobody knows the reason why. The only thing that we do know is someone was taken into custody. Unfortunately, it was his son. And the two people are now gone together by violence. And it's like, okay, but you got to turn it into some kind of weird, like, discussion about child violence. And now let's remember their son is in their 30s, right? He's not a kid, he's an adult. This is an adult who has grown up as a Nepo baby in great privilege, privileged individual their whole life. Just saying. Now, um, do we know what happened? Absolutely not. Do we have anyone's statement? Absolutely not. Did it literally just happen when they were discussing it? Absolutely. And I was like, I'm out of here. Did I comment? Did I go in there? No, 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 no. I left. I was just listening to it for 13 seconds. There was like no one in their chat. No one was talking. And I was like, yeah. 10-hour live. And that was like, what the fuck are you doing? The next 10-hour live, I went into just to see who was talking. Uh, Very intoxicated. Like the first one, they were very intoxicated. The next one, they were talking about the tragedy of the Rhiners. And then I go in again to see what's going on. And this is after Carrie and I talk about them. And like a lot has gone on, a lot has gone by. And I'm thinking, okay. And I see Carol. I'm like, hey, Carol. So he asks me, he's like, hey, Rochelle, whose side are you on anyway? I'm thinking, are you serious? What do you mean, whose side are you on anyway? Are you kidding me? And the reason I commented is I saw Carol. Um, you're actually asking me whose side I'm on? Are you alleging? Are you assuming? Are you trying to say you think I should be on your side? So I made a comment. I'm on my side. I got blocked. You think I'm going to be on Kira's side? Fuck yourself. Um, you want to continuously, you want to have Kira on your panel? That's fine. You want to talk about that kind of shit? That's cool. I mean, let's be honest now. He lost his first channel. And unless Kira's going to buy more views or like subscribers for him, because you want to keep doing 10-hour lives where William and Kira continue, like they pass out for, like, if you wait long enough on his 10-hour lives, he'll be intoxicated and they'll be silent because they've passed out. But that's fine. I mean, stimulating. Whose side are you on? Honey, I'm on my side. Okay. I mean, wait, you expect me to betray my opinion? Like, you want, what do you want me to do? Like, flip flop? That's not just flip flop. That's everything I say here to be bullshit. I'm not full of bullshit. You're full of shit. You know, people actually are honest with you, tell you why you're upset with someone, tell you why, tell you the fucking lies and bullshit she says about you. And you're so fucking paranoid when people talk shit about you. For the first little while, all you kept saying is, are you talking shit about me, Rochelle? I'm saying the way it is. Because talking shit is filling people full of bullshit lies. I'm just reiterating what happened. That's not talking shit. That's just talking. I'm allowed to say what happened. And if sad fifis are a crime, so be it. But my fifis aren't hurt. But it was funny. Yeah. Oh, Carrie says, Kyra also told a new lie on the a new one? I missed it. I missed it. I didn't even know Carrie knew. And I said, when I actually wrote down, whose side are you on? I'm like, my side. And she knew about it. And I was like, I'm going to tell you something you didn't know. And she already knew. Damn it. Kara also told a new lie on that panel and said, her and Jen were on a 3-way call and I was crying. You serious? What, Carrie? What the fuck? Okay. So the new lie, other than the mystery mod from hell, is that you, Kyra, and Jen were on a 3-way call and you were crying? Well, that's the biggest bullshit fucking lie I've ever heard in my life. Oh, hell no. Oh, hell to the no. Say it isn't so. Was it a good cry? Did you feel better when you were done? Did you all kumbaya at the end? Oh, well, was what was it over? Did she tell everyone what it was over? While you're thinking about that, please hit that fucking like button and tell the algorithm goddess I'm still worthy of your fucking love. You know I love you better than my luggage. Ah, god damn. On Sunday she did that. That bitch will never hear me cry. Hmm. Well, isn't that interesting? Interesting. You know, I'm gonna be honest with the I'll be interested with the rest of the class. When I write the word interesting, we worry. Because you know what that means, boys and girls, ladies and germs, girls, gays and theys, kings and queens, and everyone in between. That means I'm thinking. And if I'm thinking about it, you know what's going to happen later. I'm going to look into it deeply. And that could be bad. Carrie, I find this deeply interesting. Mm-mm-mm. My. Isn't that interesting? Tensely interesting. Will the lies never stop? Oh, shit. Well, hmm. You know, if I wasn't so tired, I may even say some bad word. Oh, why not? Fuck. Isn't that naughty? Yeah. I'm just dying to find out who she's going to point the finger at. Who is a mystery mod? Shame. Who's a member of that blue crew who's a deeply fuck shit kind of gal? Because I'll tell you something. I want to shake her hand. I want to know who's on that firing squad of uh-oh. Because I'll tell you something. She loves to do names. I mean, she blames people that weren't even there. She blames people who don't even know me. She blames people who don't even exist. Sincerely. Right, Carrie with a K? His Sunday live, I believe, around the 3:23 hour mark. All right, honey. If it's still there. Oh, Sophie says, same. As I haven't been on any three-way calls with Terry Time and Johnny Mac. That's right, Sophie. Apparently, you've been on a three-way alleged uh, naughty call with your best friend Terry Time and your mysteries with Johnny Mac. Isn't he also married? You know, it's like it's like, you know, I do fangirl for a couple people, but I usually fangirl um, for people that either are totally not interested in anybody, and I just tease them, right? Because, but I honestly just fangirl for that bunny rabbit mask, that naughty black bunny mask that Jamie has. I just fangirl for the mask. Um, I love Scotto. I love Queen. And yeah. But I mean, like, but I don't, it's not Jamie I want. I just want Jamie's mask. I don't want it sexually. I just want to buy one for myself. I gotta find out where he bought that shit. He's very married. Yeah, I hear he's, like, very, very married. Why? I think you know why I think they're making up like, the total weird lie is because and you're, like, very married, right? Um, it's like everyone knows it's like, no, but it's fun to say. Like, please. It's so weird. I It's like making up relationships with people who are like, "What? Where? Who? Where the fuck? Why the fuck? Who the fuck? Where was I?" I huh? I don't know why people do that. But, like, think about it. 99.9% of our community are women. Sorry, excuse me. So, like, why? And then the gentlemen who do come in are just like, no, they're all married. I mean, they're just mates. I mean, I'd rather talk to their wives. I like my friends who are guys, but, you know, I always group them with their I'm gonna go see so and so and their wife, so and so and their wife. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're like when you're married, you only wanna hang out with other married people because it's like it's just what you do. It just seems like a young person's thing to say because when you reach a certain age or when you get married, you prefer to hang out with married people because you all have the same kinda like, interests. You know, like, there are just some things you do as like, a stupid idiot, like, 19-year-old that makes you just wanna cringe as someone who's 50, whose kids don't live at home, and all you wanna do with your friends who are married is, like, go bowling and have dinner and go home, because that's what you do when you're married. You like, "What? You just wanna hang out and go home." That's what you do. I mean they're all so drunk that they can't keep their lies straight, let alone remember them. Yeah, I also getting fucked up drunk is not my idea of a good time. I I I don't like feeling like shit, you know? I don't feel like wanting to puke in my lap. It's not a good it's not a good time to me. I can't remember the last time I was that messed up. It's been It's been, like, over 25 years. Like, I have not been that messed up for, like, a quarter of a century. I hate feeling like shit, you know? It's not my idea of a good time. Oh, fuck, I'm tired. Excuse me. You know, because you feel like trash. It's not fun. I mean, also, when you have a government job, looking like trash the next day will ruin your chances of ever getting a raise and a promotion. That's not exactly on the list of things to do. Like how to ruin your career. Yeah, for the Three Stooges, it's a nightly thing. I can't imagine that. Just not I mean, you guys remember when she tried to pull a fast one, allegedly saying that she was in rehab? Kara was trying to say, "Oh, yeah, I'm in rehab and they let me talk on my computer." Shut up. I guess rehab didn't go well, huh? Are you having a slip or you had a slip of the fucking brain? Smooth brain. Like, sometimes lies work and sometimes they don't. Truth and illusion, right? Come on, please. Or maybe it was, like, how dumb do you think we are? How dumb do you think we are? But I think the real problem is that, excuse me, sorry, is that she didn't think that big bad Rochelle was on the panel. And big bad Whitney was in the peanut gallery in the chat. And we're like, nah, mate, abso-fucking-lutely not. We're two Canadians down there who were like, I don't fucking think so. Like zero fucking self-awareness. Like, just like those Vegas Valley guys can't read the room. And I don't know if it's like intoxication or like they're on something or too much marijuana or I don't know. Did she? Well done. Well, there's so much ass. They have so much ass, I don't even think they missed it. Now, if she shoved a dreidel up their ass, I would have loved that shit. I would have loved it. Yeah. I mean, why did they block me? Why do they hate Whitney? Because Whitney's not trolling right now. Whitney is coming for them, just like everyone else does now. Because I'm seeing less trolling right now. I'm seeing people say, no, because they're actually saying things that they're actually like saying, well, you said this, or they're not like, I guess the closest I could think is being a truth troll, but it's not really even trolling less anymore with her. It's more like, no, that's bullshit. She's more like just calling them out on their bullshit. And it's getting less and less easy with her. It's, I think that's the problem. Because if she took a bite out of their ass, that's not really trolling. That's just, that's calling them out on their bullshit. And that's actually what people are doing now, Karen. I mean, shit, that's what we did. And I'm going to be honest, when those idiots from like Vips and VV, whatever, ABCDEFG came on KK's panel, she handled them calmly and classy. I was impressed. So, yeah, if you're calm, it doesn't matter what anyone says. You have the time to assess what they're saying a lot easier. Yeah. I mean, it's really easy to find a sex sniffer. You can't claim your open yard when you think all paperwork is paperwork. And we're all looking at you digitally. And you only carry paperwork on you when you have to call and talk to someone on a weekly basis. Just say. What do I know? Oh, let me read this for the class. Whitney, apparently, she called Kyra a drunken whore. I wanted to say that so bad. That Kyra is not a whore because no man in his right mind would ever bang her. The drunken part was right. Carrie, you should tell us how you really feel and not hold it in, because that's not healthy, darling. but at least Whitney just tells it how it is. Um, mm, and that's why she's welcome here. Damn. Mm, rico. Suave. I'm offended they have not come to my chat yet. Aw. Well, pray to the Hanukkah fairy. She'll bring you some manischewitz and dreidels. And if they're rude to you, you can tell them to shove that dreidel where the sun don't shine, and they can sit and spin. That's right. So many holes, so little time. Kiss my Judaism. That's right. That's what you can do. Kiss it. Mwah. Call me the K word, will you? Wow. Oh, yes. For all those who are listening, if you want to relax, some of you do, you can't sleep, that's fine. There is a playlist with all my live streams available. Find the one that you like especially. And, listen to my ASMR. If you like my voice and you don't find me creepy, you can relax with the Lady Rochelle on a selection on her playlist and just let it play. That's right, honey. If you like the voice that you're listening to, and hmm, maybe one or two of you do, I don't know. Um, you can just go find my playlist, go look at my post, and there is a link to my playlists of my lives. So if you need to relax or a few laughs, go enjoy. And maybe I can help you relax, have a few laughs, or think, God damn it, what's wrong with this woman? No problem. I'm okay with that. Mm. And while you're there, hit that fucking like button and tell the algorithm goddess I am still worthy of your love. Thanks. Love you so much. Oh, probably Carol. Carol, if she was there. Hi, Carol. How you doing, gorgeous? Love you so much. Mwah. Hey, Carol, were you there when? Oh, and Whitney apparently also spot on calling Kyra pathetic. Deadly was disgusting to her on Sunday, and she continued to lick his tushy. Carol, I got blocked when I said hello to you last time I was there because I said, after Deadly questioned me, whose side are you on? And I said, I'm on my side. And then I got blocked. Boop. Uh-oh, spaghetti-o. I didn't leave. They blocked my ass. Oopsie doopsie. Yeah. Were you there on Sunday? Um, when Whitney went and took a big old bite out of their tushies? I'm curious. Asking for Carrie and asking for all my friends who are listening in the pee-pee bushes. Don't be on the electric fence, or you get a shock you'll never forget. That's right. Carol says, that's what I thought. He's an awesome idiot. Well, it's important to be awesome. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Everyone has an achievement they want. Everyone has a goal. And like I said, you know, if you have a hole you need to be filled, just ask William next time you see him if he has any dreidels you can borrow. And maybe you can sit and spin too. Right, William? Mm-hmm. Yeah. I must have left. I didn't see Whitney. Aw. Whitney took her last bite last night, not Sunday. I misunderstood you too, Carrie. So Whitney took a big old chomp on Monday night? Going into Tuesday, or was it before late or early Tuesday morning? When did Whitney snack on Deadly and his friends? Deadly and Friends. It sounds like a PBS children's show. Ah, it's Deadly and Friends. They drink, they talk shit. They have no clue what they say the next day. It's Deadly and Friends. Mhm. Last night, I was very lucky because Kyra barely spoke while I was listening. No, honey, she was passed out, kablam, working on her next hairstyle from hell. Got her. Um, yeah, maybe we'll be lucky. And this Christmas, we'll not only have a camera slip, we'll have a mic problem. And she'll say things that she thinks she's talking to Deadly privately on the phone, but she leaves the audio on for us too. And we'll hear all the naughty, dirty, filthy, nasty goodies they share. Mm, mm, mm. Maybe every day will be Christmas. um, wouldn't that be nice? Oof, Carol, so much to think about, so much to cringe about. God damn. Mm-mm-mm. That's that's a lot. Yeah, that's kind of scary. I don't know if I can handle that kind of internal pain. I mean, I'm literally sitting here in a robe and jammies. I came home, got in my jammies, and said, "You know what? Let's have a sleepover. Because once I get off of this, I'm going to bed. I feel what did Carrie say to me? Like a bag of assholes. Or was it a hammered bag of assholes? I can't remember. It was very, very, very vivid. Last night, Cairo was fairly quiet, and because Commissioner was on panel, and he calls out, yeah. Actually, Commissioner relatively does have intelligent conversation, and a can of smashed assholes. That's it. I feel currently like a can of smashed assholes. I am very schluffy tired. I need to have a schluffen. I feel, as Carrie has described to me, like a can of smashed assholes. I feel nasty, awful, terrible. I think I've been up for more than 24 hours and I'd be tired. I feel like crap. I look like crap. I'm going to show you how bad I look. Does my camera work? Nope, I can't show you. No, my camera doesn't work. No, I can't even say goodbye to you properly. Yeah, YouTube is downloading something. Every time my camera doesn't work, even though I go in and out of my live feature, um, it it means they're downloading something. Well, yeah. Can you hear me still? Can you hear me? I don't know. I touched something. Is it working? Oh no! Fuck. I don't know. Yeah, just blech. I'll feel better. I'm just tired. I'm tired. You know what? I'm gonna bail. Oh God, YouTube. Okay. They just want to know what food you wish had no calories. All of them. But then I would die. Because if it had no calories, then my body wouldn't have any nutrients, and then I'd tip over, and I would deflate, and nothing would happen. Which food had no calories? YouTube. I don't know if that's like a that's like an ED question in the making. Just saying, which food I wish had no calories. I don't know. I'm not really like a big overeater of one thing. Like, I don't sit down and eat, like, 5 candy bars at one sitting, you know? I'm not like a binger. I don't know. I actually don't have an answer for that. I don't know. I can't sit down and eat, like, a large like, mass quantities of something because I get full really fast, and then if I eat too much, I feel sick. So, um, I don't know. I just eat till I'm full, and I just stop. Because if I don't, I feel like trash. I feel like trash next day, and then, like, I wanna die because I just wanna puke my guts out. So, yeah, I can't overeat. I feel terrible. I feel terrible. So I just listen to my body. That's not a good question, YouTube. These Q&A questions are really stupid. I'm trying to be a good soldier. You like cookies and cake, but the worst thing you eat is bread. Um, I you know, I sat down with myself and I thought, "Do I eat too much bread?" And then I realized I get cravings for bread, but, it's only because the bread is really good, but then I go days and days and days and days and days without any bread. So, I wonder, like, when I do eat carbs, I realize that when I eat carbs, it's because I haven't had carbs in so many days. I think my body is just, like, saying, "Bro, you need to eat some carbs because I think you're gonna get sick." Yeah, because I guess that bread thing is for people who eat, like, bread and, like, a lot of carbs or bread every day, but I just don't. I think the worst thing that I ever did, according to, like, the carb shamers, is I used to have a sandwich every day. But, I mean, it was with that really, like, high quality flax bread or something. Because my parents are, like, really big, like, health, 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 darling, like, hippie people. But if I made lunch for myself and I had a sandwich, it was always with that bread, but it wasn't like a massive bun, it was just 2 slices of bread. But, yeah. Now I'm kind of like, I don't know. If I eat carbs, it's because I haven't had it in forever. I don't know, maybe that carb thing was for people who were, like, eating mass amounts of carbs, like people who had, like, pasta every day or something. I love it, but, um, I can live without it. You grew up on toast and coffee for breakfast. Um, I do like toast, but I can get by on, like, coffee for breakfast. My favorite breakfast is a banana and coffee. Um, yeah. If I'm feeling really naughty, I'll have, like, a bowl of like, Cheerios, like, a small bowl of Cheerios without milk on it to just snack on, like, if I'm feeling really naughty. And I buy the multigrain Cheerios because I am a rebel, because 'cause I'm a crazy person. Um, but Cheerios were kind of a staple in my parents' house. And I buy the name brand Cheerios. I know, scandalous as hell. You eat Cheerios while on a panel with Kyra? Or do you eat bread while on a panel with Kyra? Because that would be scandalous as fuck. I mean, can you imagine eating, like, 2 cups of multigrain Cheerios without milk? In my case, soy milk or oat milk because I'm crazy. With a oh my god. Can you imagine eating a whole cup or even 2 cups of multigrain oh my god. I deserve nothing. I deserve nothing. Oh my god. I should make my own, fuck you, like, "Fuck you!" video from Sugar Cat because I am scum because I eat multigrain Cheerios. I know. Scandalous. The scandal of it all. I know. Or compose a poem about what a scandalous biatch I am for eating multigrain Cheerios. And compose a poem how scandalous Carol is because she prefers toast and coffee for breakfast. Oh, God. Cinnamon checks or special K? I like special K. Do you know what I was actually thinking about buying in the store? I know. This is gonna get me canceled for sure. They have special edition blueberry flavor mini wheats. I know. It's all over for me now. Because I was actually thinking of buying a box. Damn it. Frosted mini wheats blueberry flavor. And they're like this really pretty purple. I know. It's all over for me now. Oh, wait. Carrie said, no. Dudley called me a big fat bitch while on panel with Kyra. My phone glitched. No, this has nothing to do with being a big bad bitch. I told you, this is being a scandalous bitch. Get it right. I told you, I am a vampire who occasionally snacks on Cheerios. My fangs fit perfectly in the little O's. It's delicious. What the fuck? Why does he call anyone fat? He's really. You know what? I forgot that. But, Care Bear, you're not fat. Um, but why won't he call? I feel left out. I'm having FOMO. I am having FOMO. I I am triggered. I'm triggered. I admit this. I want to be big bad. Okay? I want to be a big bad. I want to be a big bad vampire. I'm having FOMO. Okay? I mean YOLO. FOMO. I want to be a big bad vampire. Jesus Christ. Not fair. Ugh. Like, this is the internet. Why would the Gen Z call me a vampire's a big bad? Ugh, man, no. Oh, oh, thank you. I try. Okay. I know. Okay. All right. All right. I'll just be a vampire. You know, as I have said, I only eat the evil. And the reason why I haven't consumed William or Dudley or Kyra is I don't eat the stupid because it's not good for my tummy, you know, because if you eat the stupid, you do know what happens. That's right. You have a huge desire to dust furniture. I don't like to dust. Just saying. Oh, oh, well, I usually speak anglais, but I understand le français. I know, indigestion from the stupid. And it's not nighttime. Bonsoir is in the evening. It's salut. You know, it's the morning, right? Because but hello, Enza. Salut. I gave you the timestamp. That's the best you can do. So 3:32. All right. So it's Sunday, 3:32. All right. So, je suis parler français. It is the morning. Bonsoir is nighttime. I don't know where you are, but thank you for wishing me a good evening. It is currently 10:28 Eastern Standard Time in the morning. So, anglais is my preferred language. It's Canada. We are bilingual in French and English. But merci, ça va? Ça va, merci et vous? Yeah, so yeah. Okay, well, thank you for the timestamp. I appreciate that. And for Enzo, my name is Rochelle. This is the Rochelle's Canadian channel, and welcome. Bienvenue ici. Anyway, so what was I going to say? I don't know. It's gone. It's gone. All right. Well, that's a Sunday timestamp, right? Or is it yesterday? I don't know. Enzo, est-ce que tu fais? Just say. No. Oh, my pillow's falling out. All right. Better. Ow. Ow. All right. I'm all right. I don't know. I've spoken enough French to him. I don't know what else he wants. I guess the Google Translate did not help you, darling. Hmm? I don't know. Hmm. Sunday. All right. Will do. Hey, Carrie. Carrie, I got a question for you, Carrie. Hey, Carrie. Whose side are you on anyway? Right? Whose side are you on? Tell the rest of the class. We all want to know. Because Dudley questioned me. He didn't wait for the translation. And I'm just curious. Whose side are you on? Because we all know the side you need to be on is your own side. Everyone needs to be true to themselves. And the friends you have need to appreciate you for who you are. Just telling everyone out there. To be fair, he trashed us a good part of the first 4 hours. That's dedication. But who can listen to all that? I don't wanna. You gonna make me listen to 4 hours of fuckery? I'm on my side. That's right. You be on your side, honey. Because anyone who tries to convince you to leave your own thoughts and dedicate, like what? Like, how can you be on someone's side who is being a nasty ass bitch to you? It doesn't work that way, honey. It doesn't work that way. So, so next time you want to be stupid, just remember we are rico, suave, He's in love. With whom? Asking for a friend. Who's he in love with? I can't know. Well, he's definitely out of love with me. But I'll get over it. Wait, I never cared in the first place. I forgot who I was. Oh, I remember now. I'm on my side. On the dark side of the Force. Dun, 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 dun. That's right. It's my fucking ringtone. Yeah. I he hates Star Wars, but honey, I love it. So when someone just like Han Solo said to Leia in The Empire Strikes Back, she said, I love you. And he said to her, I know. So next time someone says I love you to you and you want to be facetious and act all pretentious, but still be hot, hot, hot. You want to be gorgeous, still look hot as fuck. Nice pair of handcuffs before you go into some bicarbonate. You look at her and you say, I know. That's right. And remember that princess will still love you through all of the movies till the day she dies. And Princess Leia did, right to the very end. Isn't that romantic? I know. That's right. That's right. So if he loves you, he wants you. He wants to wear your skin. And he thinks to himself, ooh, I'd fuck me so good. Remember, it puts the lotion on his skin. It won't wear the hose again. It won't get the hose. That's right, precious. It won't get the hose. Goddamn. Oh, damn. The sun is out. The vampire's tired. And it's time for me to go to bed. So, everybody, please treat others the way you want to be treated. Take care of yourself and each other. And remember, the sun is vile, and I'm not coming out again until it's dark outside. That's right. So, thank you for spending a lovely morning with me. I appreciate everyone who's come in. Care Bear, thank you. And yeah, remember something. Remember, I love you so much. Yes, I do. And remember, if you can't sleep, catch my playlist of my lives, and it'll help you sleep so good. So have a good night. Have a good day. Have a good morning. But always have a good time. And I'll see you next time on the flip side. See you later.